Hello, guys. We are live. Let me just make sure we are live on all our other platforms as well. Go and let's go. Awesome. Okay, looks like we are good. Yes, yes. Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me one last check. Yes. Okay, welcome back to Cuppa with Michelle. I know. It's been a while. And trust me, I've missed these lives. But oh my goodness, let me tell you, January has been super crazy but super successful as well. So just before last year, I ended up, oh, just before we do that, grab your cup of coffee, cup of tea, glass of water, whatever you're joining me with, so we can get started with our Cuppa with Michelle. And this is episode 14. And in this episode, I want to share my January because January literally ends today. The first month of 2025 ends today. So let's do an inventory of what's happened. Let's do an assessment of what's happened last month and let's share it. Okay? Let me just have a sip. Awesome. Oh, yum, yum. Okay. So just before last year ended, I shared with all of you my plans for 2025. We talked about creating a business plan. We talked about intentions for the coming year. And wow, January delivered big time. So the first day of the year started. It was very simple. I shared that with you as well. Super small fireworks compared to anywhere else in the world that we've been in, that we've lived in. So we were here in Suva, Fiji for the start of the year, but it wasn't as exciting. Like the fireworks weren't elaborate as, back in Indonesia, back in Australia, in the Philippines. So it was very simple, very humbling experience actually being here. But we did have a beautiful Italian themed buffet and, toasted with a bubbly in Rudy's restaurant. Beautiful. I just loved my New Year's buffet over there. I can't stop talking about it. Just amazing. Anyway, and we celebrated with family on Zoom, on Messenger, sorry, not Zoom, on Messenger, because my children were all in Australia. My siblings and my mom are in the US, so we did all that just through social media. But as soon as the 2nd of January hit, oh my goodness, the real action started. I kicked off the year by welcoming an exciting project. Again, another one that I've shared with you. So, from brainstorming to collaborating to creating and launching a platform and business that I'm so excited about, so thrilled about. All that, my goodness, happened in January. Not only did we develop the platform, we pre launched and soft launched. In fact, soft launch was Chinese New Year, so just a couple of days ago. And we also had this property project that we started working on in the last quarter of last year. And January was all about due diligence, finalizing bank documents, traveling back to Australia just to complete the settlement process. Another major milestone, all within the first month of the year. And beyond that, I've been diving deeper into AI automations, mentoring my team, strategizing, and setting up my business shop. So, oh my goodness, January has been a whirlwind, but an incredibly fulfilling one. How has yours been? It's just, I can't even express in words just how amazing it is and how thankful I am to my guides, to the heavens, to my angels for just bringing that all together. It was just crazy. So I'm sharing all this for a few reasons. And before that, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow and like the page that you're jumping in from. We are only on 5 platforms today. How slack, Michelle. Just 5 platforms, but that's okay. So like and follow. And I really love you guys to give me your comments, your reactions, and share with me how January was for you. And I'm sharing all this for a few reasons. First, to acknowledge the work I've done for myself. Too often we move on to the next goal without even taking a moment to celebrate what we've already achieved. And January was so much, so much success and so much achievement. So I want you guys to also do that. Make sure that you acknowledge yourself. Share what you've been able to do. So that's what I'm doing. So that's the second reason I'm sharing. I want to be able to celebrate with you. Success isn't ever a personal thing. It's meant to be shared. It's meant to be celebrated. It's meant to inspire others. And that's what I want to do. Third, I want to acknowledge that I have slacked, yes, on my daily lives, which was again one of my 2025 goals. So that was a bad. But that leads me to my next point. The fourth reason I'm doing this live is to remind you and me that it's okay to fall off the consistency wagon. Life happens and life will always happen. Business happens. And what matters is that we recognize it, we honor the work we've accomplished, the time we've put in, and forgive ourselves for what didn't fit in, right? Because when we don't go through that process, we will never be able to accomplish the steps, no matter how small they are, that helps build our lives, our businesses, our projects, so that we can step up to the next level. So acknowledge it, acknowledge and forgive yourself. Five, we have to remember that as business owners, though we do more and we feel like, oh my goodness, this is overwhelming, we need to be reminded that there are so many other business owners out there who run more businesses and are always leveling up. And baby, this is just the beginning. There are greater, bigger, more amazing things in the horizon. And yes, even busier times. So remind yourself when you go through that, and it's like, sometimes you have a hard time breathing, because I had those moments in January. You just have to remind yourself, you know what? Stop and breathe. Acknowledge that. Yep. This is all happening. We're going to keep finding solutions. We're going to keep going, because we aren't the first ones to be tackling all these work, all this chaos, and all this stuff that's happening right now. A lot of other business owners are doing exactly the same and doing more. Okay. The sixth reason I'm sharing this with you guys is so that I have once again found to share with you, that I have once again found the solution to this challenge. And that's the key, right? It's not just about, you leveling up, you trying to just survive and get on and complete your task, but it's also to be able to look at it and go, okay, you know what? That was overwhelming. January was, whoa, so much work. How do we solve that? Because if I'm juggling all that with three businesses, oops, decline. If we're juggling all that just with three businesses, then how are we going to have more business streams? How are we going to be welcoming more businesses, more success? And so I found another tool, which I was using already previously, but I've revisited it and using it because I've realized that, hey, you know what? It's all about automation. It's all about creating routines and strategies in your business, in your work, so that you can actually do all these things in flow, right? So I've got a new AI app, or a new app that I'm using to actually help me automate my workflow. And I was using it back then, but with AI, everything has just gotten better and better. And oh, I'm so excited about putting it in. I'm going to be sharing with you guys how that AI is. But today was really just about acknowledging, seeing, assessing how January was, acknowledging the work that you've done, what worked, what didn't work, going through it and finding what the lessons were. So, one of the biggest lessons that I'm taking from the month of January is automation is the way forward. The more your business grows, the more crucial it becomes to have solid systems in place. Updating, refining, optimizing the systems is really the key to sustaining long term success without feeling overwhelmed. And I have really, really loved, I've always loved automation, but I think I've even loved and appreciated it even more last year and this year. And accepting it and opening yourself up to new tech, new discoveries, new AI apps, allowing yourself to learn more about them actually helps you just, level up in your business. And that's actually a big, big thing that I've realized. Last year was great. This year is starting even to be better because from January, everything's just happening, right? So, but it's not going to be sustainable if I don't have a system. It's not going to be sustainable if I don't have something that helps make all this work easy. So, yeah, that's my revelation for myself. AI, baby. I love, 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 love it. So, I'm going to be sharing that with you because you know what? If we want to scale, automation and structure are really non-negotiables. So I'd love to hear from you guys and let me know how your January was. I was just looking at the different platforms, afraid to how do you call that? Refresh them to see what the comments are because sometimes when we've had rain, our internet here in Fiji isn't so great, and we've had rains every day for the last 3 days. So I'd love to hear from you. I'll be checking the comments out. I'll be responding to them. But what were some of your biggest wins? What were your successes in 2025? And if you fell off track with some of your goals, what are you doing to reset and get back on course? Because remember, it's not about you failing. It's about you failing forward. It's about you acknowledging what it is that you didn't get to do and then finding the solutions so that it doesn't happen again. Because life is about learning. If you don't learn from your mistakes, then you've wasted all that, right? Always find the lessons in everything that fails and correct them. So drop your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Let's celebrate each wins together. Let's support each other. And, let's set the tone for, my gosh, an even better February. I'm flying out again on Monday, very early on in the month of February to do again a lot of lectures, a lot of trainings, a lot of mentorships. And it's just going to be a really, really exciting month again in 2025. So guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for grabbing your cup, whatever it is. Mine's just black coffee. no herb today. I do have some of my herbs because I need to boost myself. I realized that I've overdone January, and that's why automation was needed. I have been sleeping really, really late, like 2 a.m., waking up early, 6 a.m., and doing that all the time, and then really exhausted. So my body started to say, not happening. And if you want to be on the top of your game, these are the things that you need to acknowledge. You need to find the solutions. Hey Sharon, how are you? Yeah, you need to find the solutions and you need to fix it. Hey Martha, any tips on decide, okay, this AI is for me or not for me? Oh yeah. Well, AI, I think it's not about whether or not it's for you or not for you. AI is here to help. It's a tool, right? So it is for everyone. It's been created to be user friendly. That's its design. It's designed to actually make your tasks simpler or make it flow better for you to be able to be in control of what it is that you're trying to create. So AI can be as simple as automations with your calendars. You creating that automation so that once a notification for a meeting or a workshop or something pops up in your email, that goes straight away onto your calendar so that you never forget, what's coming up, what you can jump into, programs that you want to jump into. It can be as simple as that. Or it can be a little bit more elaborate with the scheduling so that you now can create your different tasks all in front of you, tasks that you can pass on to team members, or tasks that you can pass on to even other AI or bots in your business. So I've got a reception bot, I've got a scheduler bot, I've got a sales bot, a marketing bot. All these are designed so that you don't have to worry about hiring people to do the work for you. I travel so much. So initially, I was hiring people in the country where I would land because, we move every 3 years. But the problem with that is every time I pack up and go to the next place, I need to retrain another person in the new place to help me with my tasks. Having AI allows for that continuity to happen, right? I still do have like actual people that work for me and help me with my tasks, but it's so much easier when there's something and someone who can be on call for you 24/7, because that's what bots are. They're on call. Anytime you need anything, anytime you think of something, you can. I brainstorm with AI, right? So it actually just helps create more, like more flow. It makes things easier, and you don't have to worry about, okay, you know what, I need to talk to my VA who lives in Indonesia. Mine does. And we've got I think it's a 5-hour time difference. So when I wake up in the morning and I've got all these ideas that I want to talk to someone about, how do I do that if she's still asleep? Right? I've got a business partner who's in the Philippines, and our time difference, I think, is 4 hours. Same thing. I'm up, I've got all these ideas, can't discuss it, right? I want to brainstorm to keep my business growing and improving. And I can't do that if I'm only relying on people who are who work for me or in my team to make things happen. So AI works for that. I've got a crazy dog there. Anyway, so yeah, is it for you? It is definitely for you. But which AI platform will work best for you will depend on your skills, what you want it to do for you, and again, your mindset. Are you okay to learn AI? It's not something that you just decide to do and it'll happen. You have to learn it. But once you learn it, oh my goodness, everything that it brings to the table is just amazing. So, yes, thank you for that question. Anyway, guys, I am going to run. I have got my husband that just came home for a late lunch. And catch me again tomorrow. January may have been a wild ride, but it is just the foundation. So check out what's happening in January, what you can fix so that February brings in an even more successful 2025 and starts building your 2025 to end great. Okay, so make sure to join me again tomorrow. Let me know what you thought about this. Just type up your questions and I'll respond to them. And again, don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Michelle T. Jones for more updates and insights. Follow me on whatever platform that you're watching me from, and let's keep the momentum going. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 15. And until then, take a moment to celebrate the wins for January. I was going to say for 2025. 2025 is still happening. Take a moment to celebrate the wins for 2025. Identify the fails. Find the solutions for those fails not to happen again in February. And oh my goodness, let's look forward together to what February will have to offer us. If January is any indication, it'll be even crazier. But it's all exciting. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you're jumping in from, guys. Bye.